Have you ever been caught in a really boring conversation that you can't escape from? Let's say you're at a dinner party seated at the end of a long table next to someone. So this is the only person that you're talking to during a long, like 5-course meal. And that person is just telling stories about themselves, one after the other. But the stories have no point, no underlying meaning seemingly, other than maybe to show how amusing, silly, clever, or emotionally exuberant the teller considers themselves. This is what we have to get beyond when we write fiction. In my last video, I mentioned that unlike nonfiction, fiction is by definition a lie. And why would anyone want to read a lie? Our stories, therefore, have to be not only engaging and entertaining and alive on the page, they have to get at some kind of deeper truth. And this is why theme is such an important part of writing good fiction. If you're writing a novel and you already have a well-defined theme, fantastic. You're probably well on your way to building a really nice dramatic structure. But you may not know your theme. Your book may not contain that kind of clear, organic, easily summarized lesson about life. And in fact, in my experience, there are a lot of good and even great novels whose themes are difficult or impossible to pin down with any kind of linear precision. Themes can be more subtle, complex, less easily encapsulated. If you think that your novel has a theme that is too subtle or complex to usefully capture in a single sentence, then it may be useful to analyze a story like a dream. Let's take Anthony Doerr's best-selling literary historical novel, All the Light We Cannot See, as a case in point. Has anyone read this beautiful novel? It has some recurring imagery, right? And when you notice recurring imagery in your dreams, what do you assume? You assume that that recurring imagery represents something. Let me read you 3 passages, and let's see if you can come up with a theme. Usually, Marie-Laure can solve the wooden puzzle boxes her father creates for her birthdays. Often they are shaped like houses and contain some hidden trinket. Opening them involves a cunning series of steps to find a seam with your fingernails, slide the bottom to the right, detach a side rail, remove a hidden key from inside the rail, unlock the top, and discover a bracelet inside. For her 7th birthday, a tiny wooden chalet stands at the center of the kitchen table where the sugar bowl ought to be. She slides a hidden drawer out of the base, finds a hidden compartment beneath the drawer, takes out a wooden key, and slots the key inside the chimney. Inside waits a square of Swiss chocolate. Okay, here's the second one. Consider a single piece glowing in your family stove. See it, children? That chunk of coal was once a green plant, a fern or a reed that lived 1 million years ago, or maybe 100 million. And eventually the peat dried and became like stone, and someone dug it up and the coal man brought it to your house, and maybe you yourself carried it to the stove, and now that sunlight 100 million years old, is heating your home tonight. And then the third one. The big old house moans in the dark. The home belongs to a retired paleontologist, and Von Rumpel believes it is here that the chief of security at the museum in Paris fled during the invasion of France 3 years ago. A peaceful place, insulated by fields, enwombed in hedges. He climbs the staircase to the library. A bookshelf has been peeled open. The strong box is behind it. The Gestapo safecracker is good. Wears a stethoscope. Does not bother with a flashlight. In a few minutes, he has it open. An old handgun, a box of certificates, a stack of tarnished silver coins, and inside a velvet box, a blue pear-cut diamond. So, do you see a theme? For me, it's this idea of boxes, puzzles, or difficult-to-open enclosures with valuable, luminous things enclosed. In fact, the whole novel kind of embodies this image because it is a kind of complicated puzzle itself with a fractured chronology and lots of withheld information. We sort of have to puzzle our way through it in order to get the jewel of meaning contained at its center. And there's also a literal jewel at the center of the plot, the pear-cut diamond, which is kind of a MacGuffin. So here's how I would state the theme. Meaning is to be found inside difficult-to-crack things, puzzles and boxes. And the harder to crack, the more precious the reward. And I think this says something, too, about life, which is one of the reasons that book was did so well. So if you enjoyed this video and would like to see others like it, please hit the like button and become a subscriber to my YouTube page. And if you want to follow news about upcoming classes and travel programs or my new novel coming out in June 2025, send me a message via the contact form at my website, timwee.net. Have a great day.